Hey there, YouTube. Yes, this is Movie Maker. So if anyone's gonna be making fun of my lack of professional video skills, I beat you to the chase. It's incredibly budget, whatever. I will get better stuff, just like I could get a better microphone at some point. So I thought it would be appropriate to start off this channel by just talking about my thoughts on my generation. The millennials, because being a conservative in university, or air quote a conservative in university, can be rather depressing, for lack of a better term, because you're completely surrounded by people with different viewpoints. I mean, and hey, I love the fact that there are people out there who disagree with me. I mean, that just makes life interesting, and I wouldn't want everyone to believe the same things I believe or think the same way I do. I mean, that's you face stagnation in society when you come to that. But when every single person around you thinks things that you personally find immoral or dangerous, or at some point will lead to a tyrannical government, well, then I have a problem with that. I think the overlying problem with the millennials nowadays is, they have a Messianic complex. They think that the Messiah of the world, they're the saviors, and they're going to change the world for the better. And this is not, their fault. I mean, they're their parents, their guardians, their teachers, and other mentors in their lives. They've told them from a very young age that they're going to change the world. They can be anything they want to be, and they're going to fix all the screw ups that they themselves, put in place. All the problems that Generation X and other such generations had placed upon societies all throughout planet Earth. And I think it's incredibly stupid to tell young people that they are going to make a difference at a very young age, because you grow up thinking, well, these thoughts that I have, they must not be thoughts that have ever happened before or have ever been had by great thinkers before. And so, obviously I'm right. I've been told that I have a revolutionary mind. My thoughts are the right ones, because obviously I've been told I'm going to change the world. So, so young people go out, through their lives, or through the young adult lives, teenage years and whatnot, thinking that they're absolutely correct, that everyone older than them is just an idiot, and they fucked up because they have greed in their hearts or something like that, or selfishness. And it's now I look at these young people nowadays, myself included, and we have no idea how to fix things. All right, let's not kid ourselves, guys. All right, we have no idea. All right, most of us have not held, a proper job, other than some entry level bullshit, and even for those who do, I mean, okay, great, you're a manager, props to you. That's better than what I do. I still hold an entry level job at the moment. I'm gonna try to change that after I finish one of my degrees this year. But we don't know how to write policy. We're not PhDs. We're not experts. We don't have life experience. And yet we think that we're going to change the world, and we know all the we've solved everything. We can solve everything because, why? We've been told that we can. We've been told that, the thoughts and ideas that we've come in contact with are the right ones, and we're going to write policy for that. But we have to ask, who are the people that were teaching us these ideas? I mean, this wasn't, divine revelation that just was given to us. Okay, we'll make the world green or something. No, it was our teachers, mentors, and so the stuff that we think is right is coming from Generation X, and the older generations and whatnot. It's incredibly stupid to think that we've even had original thoughts, at this early stage in our lives, and that we know how to deal with things. So then we got this Messianic complex, And we think that, we're gonna save the world. And to make matters worse, it's you become extremely militant towards dissenting views, because obviously, if you are the Messiah, if you are the Savior, and you are starting a holy war to purge the world of all bad ideas and to create utopia, paradise on earth, anyone who disagrees with you is the adversary, is Satan, is the enemy. And what do we do to enemies? You smite them. You cast them out, and that's not good either. I mean, people are going to get hurt, depending on whether or not you're part of the dissenting opinion or whatnot. I suppose that I myself am part of that category, and I can see this with young people that I know, my friends that I hang out around with. I mean, listen, and this is a disclaimer to all those who are listening. I know that your heart's in the right place. I really do. And I hope that everyone knows that my heart's in the right place. Everything that I'm going to be talking about on my channel, I'm approaching either with sadness, with, when it comes to policy that I support, reluctantly, or listen, I'm not, or I don't have any hatred or malice with the things that I'm going to be suggesting. This is not what I want. I want everyone to be happy, and I want people to prosper, no matter who you are. It's not so, it's just a disclaimer. Like, I don't want people thinking that I'm some sort of fucking neo-Nazi. I'm far from it. But yeah, I know that millennials, liberals and progressives and other lefties, their heart's in the right place, and I don't think them as evil, so please don't think that. I just think that some of the things that I've been hearing in my personal social circles are rather dangerous. The things that I've been hearing worry me and bother me, and these are coming from good, kind-hearted people. And what they're suggesting is a slippery slope to tyranny, or a violation of human rights. I've heard advocation of violence. I mean, and I won't get into this on this video, but I've had many friends say that the punching of Richard Spencer was justifiable, and they would do it again or whatnot. Now, Richard Spencer, in my opinion, is a complete and utter fuckwit in what he's suggesting, but that just because you disagree with someone doesn't mean that you should punch them or assault them. That's a crime. I don't care what you think about his ideas, but here's a prime example of holy war in the secular sense. We have the saviors, those who have been chosen by Generation X, as those who will lead humanity to paradise, and then we have someone who they deem as being a dissenting opinion. And so, what do you do to the enemies? I've already stated, you smite them, and and that's exactly what people have done to Richard Spencer. He's had many a black eye, and it just illustrates, the danger in how millennials think nowadays. So that's the overarching problem that I have with people my own age. And then other things like, their fashion sense. Everyone looks the same, even though the whole point of being a hipster is to be different. And this, this attempt to move away from the beautiful or the aesthetic, value in clothing or whatnot, because you want to be edgy and different. I mean, I just find that completely stupid. I mean, it would be pretty cool if one or two people did it because that's them and they want to be, they want to stand out. Sure, fine. But when everyone does it, I just find it a bit pointless. I mean, you're not, and the real problem that I have with it is no one realizes it. There is a complete lack of awareness in all these faults. No one takes the 2 seconds to go, wait a minute. Why am I doing this? What is it doing? am I achieving this goal? No one does it, because everyone, it's all about, the immediate sensation and whatnot. Okay, so look at that, 10-minute video. It's better than my my introductory video to the channel. So tell me what you think. Once again, this is my first proper video, so I am going to be a bit raw, a bit unlearned in many of these the things that come with video editing and whatnot. I know that this is just the ramblings of a university student trying to order and center his thoughts, so please keep that in mind. Again, any sort of advice on how to make my videos better, please tell me. Oh, and a side note, I was following the Milo scandal fairly closely, and it seems to have died down within the past week. No one's talking about him anymore. Can anyone tell me whether or not he's recovered completely? Has he lost? I know he's lost his job at Breitbart and whatnot, but I don't. Has he lost followers, or did he bounce back? I want to see, as far as strategy, goes. I mean, how he's handling it, and whether or not his damage control has actually worked or whatnot, and will we be seeing him again, or will we be using him as an authority for these sorts of things again? This interests me. Okay, so if anyone has any news on that, just get in contact with me. Again, I'm on Twitter, so. All right, see you guys later.